Ladies and gents, hello, welcome back to Cities Skylines Cleanup Crew. This is episode 8, and you can see financially we are doing rather well, and population-wise we're also doing not too badly. Just shy of 55,000 population. Everything else looking quite healthy. So what we're actually going to do today is play the game, stick it on full speed, but we're going to start to have a little bit of fun, and we're going to see if that fun can increase our industrial demand. So by a little bit of fun, what that means is we're going to go into our unique buildings and we're going to start to place many of the good ones, the ones that might create a little bit of traffic, the ones that might bring in extra people to the city. And we're going to start off with the stadium. And for no other reason than it's going to be close to the train station. And this bit of land up here is not farmland either. We are going to try and fit in a stadium quite close to the zoo. What is this building here? That is our nuclear power plant. Okay, maybe not quite next to the zoo. Maybe we'll do it on this road over here. That will do. Stadium in. And already that's taken away most of our money. Let's just check where the traffic went. Not traffic, the railway lines. So we might need to think of a new mode of transport to get people from this metro to and from the stadium. And if we are indeed going to go to those lengths, we might as well put in a few more fun buildings out this way. The positives to the stadium being there is it is next to some fairly high residential. So there's already a good number of people who can get to it quite easily, but we are going to want more. So let me just have a think of what we would like to do. Failing that, we do have our central point and we do have spokes coming out. We might be able to get a big circular network round the outside that will touch on this stadium. But maybe we want to do something a little bit bigger than that as well. Of course, it could link up to our train station. That wouldn't be a bad idea. So let's see what else we can put in. Got the zoo as well, which will be growing nicely. What are you? Better than a business park. We have our space station, the launch site. We shouldn't need that at the moment. Now these panda sanctuaries and temple complexes, though I don't think I can place them in the zoo, they would make some fairly nice settlements around the zoo. So that's something to keep in mind. We've got all the level 2 stuff built. What are you? The lungs of the city, for no other reason than it will boost an area. Let's just see if we can squeeze you in. Let's just... running out of space up here. Maybe it's not quite as important as I first thought. There is quite a lot of blue. Opera House, that wouldn't go amiss close-ish to the stadium. And the Expo Centre, they're all very big buildings that I could see being together in a proper city. Failing that, we could pop in this other stadium as well. It does kind of dwarf it. It's maybe not believable that it could be quite as large a team that plays in that stadium. Oh, pardon me, I'm yawning. The joys of doing videos really late at night, so you don't wake anybody up or suffer the noise from outside. Right, what we're going to do, I'm going to grab an extra couple of roads in here. Full circle around the stadium. And not too far away, we're going to add in our Expo Centre and our... What else did I say I was going to add in? I don't believe I did say. It was down one, Opera House. Let's not have it too close. And I think what we'll do is drag a road out here and attach it, if it can, to this road. Because we don't want it too close to all of those residential buildings. Oh, how nicely will that line up? Let's draw it from here instead. That'll do. Where did it go? Opera House. Oh, lovely, it'll fit in like that. So, this is now going to be a very, very desirable area to be. We'll fill it out with more roads. We will also think about a transport system for it. Let's have a look in our transport to see what we can do. We have our hubs. Metro and monorail. Monorail and bus. Ferry and bus, that won't work. And multiple train lines. Not ideal for what we're looking at, mainly because we don't really have a metro down here. We really need to connect two different ends of a metro plus this train line here. So how are we going to do it? It may be a case of use a monorail. And I don't really see any reason not to. And the question is, how would I connect it to each of the areas? You know, I suppose it wouldn't really be that difficult a thing to do. So let's just get ourselves into where we can do it. What do I need? Monorail station with road or monorail station without road? I think we'll do it with road, because it'd be nice if this would intersect. I think we need something like this. Will this link in now? I've not really messed around with monorails much. Oh, that's the wrong one. So now we have one monorail station. Let's take this off of the road and pop another one in there. Another one in by the stadium. And finally one close to our metro station. Oh, come on, you're just not going in. How can I make that go in? Let me have a little Look over here. If I put a path in there, does that mess the grid up enough to allow this to go in? It does. That is ideal. Now, what's this? This does go over a 2-lane road, which would also be useful. So let me just think about which road we should make that. I think if we upgrade this road down here, and now we can hopefully hook that up. We can hopefully hook this up. Will it go in a nicer curve than I've done? It will. So that is part of the puzzle. We could probably get yet another stop along this road. Although it might now be nice. I am cautious about the noise. I was going to say it might be nice if it joined onto this road, but maybe not. What are you? Sports hall and gymnasium. Let's utilise that. Let's take a road that comes from this. We're going to put our... Oh, that doesn't want to work, does it? What we're going to do is upgrade this road here to facilitate a second... It's not second at all, this is going to be the 4th monorail station. I didn't need to do that. What an idiot. Upgrading that road was a bit of a daft mistake from myself. Although, what we will do now is take that road and we will draw out following this curve. We'll see if that can connect in there. Sure it will. Now I want to be cautious about not making this junction too hefty. But we will carry this road on this way. And back to our tree road for the very end. I really feel I'm not building these in the most sensible way that I could, but that's just going to have to be the case. That looks horribly janky, but I don't think I can do anything about it. I think straight has to be the order there. Oh, these stations look like they've got horrible bends in them, but I guess there's very little we can do about it. One final connection there. Okay, I think that is a functioning metro line. We just now need to bring this to here, and I am wondering, do we want to put in a large road to connect this? I think we will. All the way up to the zoo. We might even put a stop by the zoo. In fact, that would make a hell of a lot of sense to me. which means we'll have to have another zoo entrance round about here. Let's take the monorail station that sits on the road. I have no idea if that's lined up right or not. It'll do. That was the complete and utter wrong road to use. There we are. Metros. I think we can get rid of that segment of track in there. So people can now come off the train, from the train go into the metro system or the monorail. From the metro system they can come up into this area here. I've lost it. Oh, it is right there. And from there they can travel to about 6 different points in the city once it's complete. Or they can take this metro line up here, join in there. Perfect. And as hoped, our industrial demand has now increased, which means we can, as soon as I finish the metro road, it means we will be able to put in more zoning and work towards that population and health percentage that we require. So let's start off with the roads. I think with this being a quote-unquote busier area, it will resemble a little bit more of a grid than perhaps most will want to see. So we are going to have a few crossroads that can go in the back of the opera station. Opera station? Opera house. Crikey, James, get a grip of yourself. Let's draw this in from here. And I was humming and hawing about the wings of the city, so I think it's only right we do include that as well. Where was it? It was unique parks, I think. Oh, it wasn't. Oh, I've completely lost the thing. There it is. Let's put you in here. It's got a good area of effect. And we need a mixture of shops, residential, commercial, and industry. Now, if we make the industry offices, and this is going to be a little bit mixed. Let's try and make as much of a scattered mix of buildings here as possible. Of course, we have workplaces and residential near most of big built-up areas like this. I'll take a few higher density shops as well. Oh, I didn't want to do that. I think all the way down our monorail path we will keep shops. We might not fill in that area of the stadium. That might be better suited to our newly found tree brush of last episode. A little bit of green space is always going to be appreciated. Back to our zoning. Those areas are taking their time to fill in, actually. Let's get some more shopping near our main road coming into the Opera House. And shopping further down there. This area can have residential. All the dead ends, it would make sense if they were residential. Another dead end up here. And in there. And it'd be nice if some people could live by the wings of the city. Let's just see how the demand settles down once we have this in. Electricity, let's see what you're doing. You're almost connected. I'm going to try just to leave you and see if you work. While that's happening, let's put in our monorail line. Won't make people happy yet because people aren't moved in, but it will be an incentive for them to do so. And let's just see if we can see a monorail leaving the station. I think we can. That's it here, in a lovely shade of green. And it's gone. So now we have the monorail in. Might also be worth adding our zoo entrance by the station. What do I need to look for here? Am I in the right place? Park areas. Oh, I don't want to erase it. What on earth is going on here? There we go. And if we go back to our parks, into the zoo, what we need is a zoo side gate. And a path. So that is now all connected up. That zoo can be accessed from many different sides. I just want to double check if we have all these things. I don't think we do. What have we got in our zoo so far? We have antelope, birdhouse, moose and reindeer enclosure. What else did it offer us there? Insect, amphibian and reptile house. Yes, we'll have that. Bison enclosure. Yes. So that's 2 more buildings we can add to our zoo. Oh, I think this is one with the paths already in it. Let's squeeze that in just to where the hill is. And birds. Where shall we put birds? So that's got paths on. Oh, it will. It will connect. Let's get out of that view so we can see where we should put some paths next. Take the paths with all the decor, get rid of that so we can see. Now this is an awkward little patch of land to navigate. I think we can have a path coming through here without too much disruption. It's a little steep, but it will do nicely. And let's join those 2 ups. Oh, it won't go from one point to another. That's fine, we will just have to do it a different way. So that is our zoo starting to grow as well, so it should bring even more people to the city. We have 279 coming in per turn. Fortunately, the housing demand has dropped. So, money still continuing to come in. What I might actually do is drop our taxes down ever so slightly. Make the place more attractive to live in. It doesn't seem like we're going to miss it. And one of my mods, I think, has changed the fonts. Didn't quite like that. It looked ugly. So we have various built up parts to our city. Nice big main road in here. Let me just check the traffic before we move on. Traffic flow is fine in this area we're trying to work on, and even though there's red roads, ooh, I was going to say they're probably okay, but they're maybe not okay. It is potentially time to think about a ring road around this top end. I was thinking we wouldn't need to go that far, but maybe we will. Happiness, everything seems good apart from commercial. I wonder how many city tiles I can buy. Just the one. That's no use for a... What do I want to do? Turn you off. That is no use. Oh, the zoo's growing. And typically I need water to build one of the things. But in the absence of water, let's just build the other two that is there. Elephant enclosure. You're big. You're very big. Well, that is fine. That can go there. And the flamingo enclosure. Oh, I think it's another one with its own paths. So it can sit in there. And we'll connect you up. So, zoo is looking good. Hopefully it will create a little bit more attractiveness. I'm actually wondering if anyone's using this as a shortcut to pass through, but no, there's nothing here for people to want to go to. Let's have another look now in our unique buildings. In fact, I mentioned our panda sanctuary. That would make sense to go in this main road, right by the zoo entrance. So let's make it happen. Where can we draw a road from? This will do. If I can get that, well, maybe not. I was going to squeeze that road in as close as possible. Where do I want to be? That now is going to look kind of like it's part of the zoo. I know it's not, but for the aesthetics, why not? A panda sanctuary. And if we really wanted, we could do... There's a temple I saw as well. Temple complex. We could do something very, very similar with that. It's of a similar size. Let's take a road out from there. So now those are a couple of items that look like they may very well be a part of a zoo, all within walking distance of our monorail. So this will add a purpose to this station. It's very difficult to see if there's any people in here waiting or not. It is being used, this stop. Maybe not heavily. But we definitely now have a purpose for the stop to be there. Is there any other fun and unique buildings that would fit this area? I'm not so sure that there is unlocked. I actually cleared all of these achievements because I was going to have done a full-scale city let's play. In fact, I've already made the first 2 episodes. That is our Broken Universe. Check it out. I'll admit now, it's not for everybody, mainly because the commentary is... It's a little different to this, shall we say, but go check it out. Let me know what you think about it. I am going to be doing that series from scratch, though, you know. Any unlocks should be unlocked in that city rather than this scenario. We're not flooding over here. I'm not really happy with my water treatment, but it's to serve a purpose more than anything else. Anyway, after that little bit of fun there, we are up to 60,000. We only need 15,000 more, I believe, plus average citizen health. So, what we're going to do is we're going to call the episode there. Hope you have enjoyed watching, ladies and gents, and come back next time where hopefully this RCI demand will be in our favour. Take care.